that is how we got to where we are. Alright guys, I'm coming to you. Tell me, what do you guys think about this matchup between TitanKiller and Solidus Hedgehog? Who you guys got?
I'm thinking Solidus. I think that in the past, while we did see, I think PJ versus TitanKiller earlier, I think that Phil versus Solidus, they've had their bouts, and I think depending on who Solidus plays, it could go easier or not. Because I think while he can play the useful matchup just as fine, I think that being able to play characters like Yoshi and like Mario may just allow you to have a much quicker time if you're able to take those stocks with Mario. Mario just can juggle you, he can reflect still, he can gimp with his water. He has so many options, as well as also having a really good projectile. And while Yoshi doesn't have a reflector, he does have a really good shield, can't get poked, and on top of that, he can just really punish you once you're off stage.
I concur. All right, looks like we got both of the guys in here right now. Just as a quick reminder, if you guys get a chance to, make sure to donate. We are celebrating Black entrepreneurs. In the present right now, all donations this week are going to go to one of 4 different organizations. This week we are celebrating Janae Benet, the natural hair gamer with curls and controllers. If you guys get a chance to, be sure to check her out at Curls and Controllers or right here on Twitch at Janae Benet, Janae_Benet. An esports journalist, and in addition to that, she also is an avid dive kick player. Oh, and it looks like we got a result from the other side. Horns up, going 2-0 right now. He's in losers semifinals right now, so we're going to tune into that match as soon as we finish this one over here. Good, I've got that scoreboard ready to go.
Interesting enough, I was almost gonna say this, but I forgot about it. I was kind of thinking Phil might go with the Mii Brawler. He's done it in the past,
Yeah.
I don't know how well it's worked out, like in terms of like a percentage or anything. I don't remember it working out too well most of the time, but it's happened in the past, so you never know,
Yeah.
But well, we're seeing Yoshi versus Samus. Final Destination now. What do you guys think about Final Destination with Samus and Yoshi?
This is going to be probably I'm going to guess that this is probably going to be a Samus biased stage.
Yeah, I think what helps, especially with the longer stages, is that Phil gets to use the full spacing of his projectiles. I've noticed on shorter stages, a lot of times Phil struggling, with the missiles and stuff like that, because you shoot them in the middle of the stage and they're off stage in a second,
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think that's the one thing about playing Samus, especially on like FD, like instead of playing against like Yoshi and Mario and Isabelle, is that this long stage really does help. And Phil, I think, has come into his own with this playstyle and really owned it. And it's shown, like, he's improved so much over the course of this whole series.
Decent punish with the charge shot on Yoshi Bomb. I'm liking a lot on how Yoshi's trading egg throw with those super missiles. There's a lot of those trades going up about.
Yeah. And on top of that, we see a fully charged shot, and it does hit him with almost max rage. Now finally at max rage, as I say that. And if Phil's able to live through this, we might see some crazy amount of damage, even another stock taken from Phil. And I think that right here is where we're going to need to see, yep, there it is, I was just going to say, either a down B, an up smash, or a nair coming out with Yoshi. Because you just do not want Samus living past these percents. Nice air dodge through. That usually is dangerous, but I think there was just the smartest move. But already Solidus is at 122. Definitely kill percent. Yoshi being a heavier character himself, this might just help him out with rage, but you have to be careful. And we're seeing Phil really keeping this lead still.
Yep.
Like, he's got it pretty down packed. The amount of extra credit he's gotten is pretty decent, almost at 70%. Like, with Ridge, I think if he gets one more back air, it should do it in terms of that, but instead of that, we're seeing an up smash come from Yoshi. I still think this is possible. Like, we're gonna see the Rage build up, but I think what Solidus really needs to do now is get Phil off stage. I think that if one air... Oh, this jab battle. Forcing Phil to let go of shield there, just out of... Ooh, really good.
Cracking the egg on that. He said, this is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs.
And the drug was charge shot. He just had a bit too much of them. Because I think that's... Honestly, that's definitely the single bit of advice I'd say for Solidus, is that he really did take just too many, like, really damaging hits. I think that he just gave himself a bit too open.
Just as a quick reminder, guys, once again, we're celebrating Janae Benet as a part of Black History Month, and to give you guys some work to do next week. Next Friday, February 12th, we're going to be hosting a FIFA tournament in conjunction with the the Chicago Soccer Foundation and their e-gaming foundation. And it's going to be happening at 7 p.m. If you guys haven't already, make sure to check our Discord for the link for that tournament. And you guys will be able to sign up. It's a part of the IPG Challenge community. And you guys will be able to see all of that happening right there. Now, that right there is a 1-0 victory for TitanKiller, guys. What was Phil doing right?
Now, I think that Phil this time around, I think he just really did a good job of, like, staying ahead in damage. Because I think Yoshi, like, he does deal so much damage when he gets combos on you. But, like, if you're able to stay away from him and you're able to consistently put out more damage than he is, even when you're staying away, that can really do wonders for you in terms of keeping ahead as well as making it hard for him to come back.
Very true, very true.
Yes. There's
I also
definitely
think...
a lot. There's definitely a lot of things with Samus being one of those characters where dishing out damage is priority. So Yoshi. So if you're going to try to stay ahead of the damage curve as a Yoshi player, then that will give you the advantage in this matchup.
Yeah. And I also just think that, along with that, like, Solidus just was having, like, because of that, he was just having struggles getting in and getting that damage. And I think that because of that, like, Solidus just wasn't able to also get Phil off stage. And Yoshi's best, like, attribute is the fact that he can just jump off stage after you and just nair, like, full hop nair. And as he's jumping, that nair has so much knockback that it'll just send you straight through the blast zone. And not once to be able to see Solidus do that in that set. And you'd think on FD, there's really nowhere to go once you get him off stage. You have to jump high or low. And we didn't see either of those things. So let's see what happens in this match.
And just as a reminder for everybody at home, this is a best 2 out of 3 series and not a best 3 out of 5.
Yeah, the last set
All
was
right,
the
so
best.
they did something wrong. So that's the first thing we're going to see.
Something happened.
Yeah.
I wonder if a stage switch, I think.
Yeah. More than likely, they probably had some type of stage switch issue, something along those lines. We'll stick around here for a hot second to see if they hop right back to it, if they get their things picked and everything is done correctly. But while we have a second to, I'm going to hop over and make sure we give a quick reminder, everybody, that we also have a talk show with hosts and tips on it, brought to you guys by our very own commentator, Cherry, aka Bobby, or Bobby, really, aka Cherry. Cherry, tell us a little bit more about the talk show that you're hosting here on your stream channel.
Yeah, so what I do on there is I kind of start off by just giving a brief rundown of what happened at last week's tournament, who won, what were the top 8 placements, as well as just what happened with each of the matches that we saw on stream and what each player did that they did well, as well as which player needed to just do something else or maybe a couple things that would allow them to have won the match or the set as a whole. And so I do a bit of coaching on there, just saying like, hey, this player could do that better or this better. Or this player did that well and that's where they beat you. And I think that for some beginner players, a lot of the tips I'm giving out are things that would definitely help them improve just from being able to see it alone. And I think that if you're somebody who does participate these or is just interested in what makes a player tick and what can make a player tick better, you definitely should come and just watch them. I think it's a great opportunity to interact as well.
Cool deal. Giving some great
Small
match.
battlefield this time around.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely going to... And I think we've seen throughout this tournament, too, that Samus is definitely not favorable towards these smaller stages like small battlefield, so I'm definitely going to place my bets on Yoshi this time around.
Yeah, I think that another thought process behind this is because it's smaller and is similar in style to FD in that regard, I think the platform layout is just low enough to where Samus doesn't have somewhere to like run too far away, but it's just far enough for Solidus to just get around the multiple projectiles that will be coming through neutral.
And
what is that donation, Jim?
Thank you, Jess, for the $25 donation. She gave that off stream. I wanted to make sure that I showed her some love on stream as well. Donate $25 to our Black History campaign, giving Janae Benet a donation for this week.
Yeah, and already we're seeing Solidus, kind of like we all predicted with this stage, is just that Solidus is really keeping the lead, playing a bit more patiently too, it seems. And, oh, there's the up throw finally. Great job with that.
Yeah.
I think that right there also, Solidus, he's playing patient. You saw him kind of hang out on the engine platform just a second, take a breath. And we're also just seeing him move a bit more, getting those nairs in when he can, and getting out of the way of those projectiles as well. I don't know if that was a misinput there. Something I've heard recently from a friend of mine about Yoshi's doing this egg roll is that anytime you see a Yoshi do one, it's an accident.
Yeah.
It's just...
It's like Puff on rollout. You don't...
Yeah.
It's definitely a missed input if a Puff does something like that, because the long startup time and
Yeah.
the long end lag compounded with very minimal damage is like...
Yeah. Yeah, and then
That was
for
one
this...
thing I actually missed in my quasi-analysis of the stage, too,
Yeah.
was that Samus could easily up smash through those platforms.
Yeah. And that's kind of the trade-off, is that Yoshi could as well. And
Oh, DBZ.
DBZ. And
That was so intense.
yeah, and I think that this kind of does... Oh, we're seeing the little taunts come out. I think we see the taunt, I guess, also signifies something else, is that Solidus is now willing to take the time to stop and just think about why would he like approach in this situation, what good will that do him, and that's something that I think can really help you. At the same time, I think that for this matchup, it's because of how Phil plays, he doesn't really want to approach you. He doesn't have a reason to unless he's really behind and sees that his camping isn't working. And so for Yoshi, I think that what we need to see here is medium distance egg throws, shield the hits that matter, and jump out of the way of charge shots. You do not want to allow yourself to get chipped away by these missiles and then end up losing your stock because of one charge shot at the end, like last game. And it's looking similar. Phil has that pressure far away. Will we see it? Ooh, and the up smash?
There's the up smash on the platform.
Wow. What an upset with Phil.
Big Phil coming through 2-0 with that victory right there. Let's catch the instant replay.
Yeah. So right here, we saw the juggle. Solidus overextended by going for that up air, where he got hit with Phil's really good use of those down beats to get out of juggle. Something that Samus it's forgotten about, but it's definitely really good. And I think right here again, Solidus just overextended and then got himself caught trying to drop through and get another, probably a back air or a fair or something. And I think that was very well earned. I think that Solidus just unfortunately got caught.
And for all of the replays, you guys can catch us right here at IPG_esports right there on YouTube, and you'll be able to see an archive of every match that happens on stream tonight. Really appreciate everybody for coming by with both the follows, the donations, the streams, of course, and this helps us grow our scene ever flowing as well. Then also just a quick one that I did not see a second ago. Bartolish, I think so. Thank you so much for the follow. I don't know if I said that correctly or not. Phil did not know that he could stay in here. Big Phil is getting ready to take on Horns up next in losers semifinals. Let me go ahead and update this bracket as we speak. All right, so we just got done watching Phil take on Solidus Hedgehog, and next we've got him taking on Horns Up. Winner takes on the Gargant. And then we move back over to winner's side where Zoki is waiting in grand final.